Hi.
Hi, Vicky. So nice to be here after all
Yeah.
our issues. And we just had another issue. Uh, but now it does say that we are uh, showing this. And let me double check. Ah, this is very interesting. Um, let's see, something flashed. Yes. It's a little delayed, but there we are.
Better late
Finally,
than
Vicky.
never. Yeah. Yeah,
um, this has been a huge. See, no, this has been a huge exercise in patience and understanding, and yeah, maybe I need to tap a little bit.
Yeah.
But here we are, and it looks really good. And we have two people watching.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
let me explain again. Well, they haven't heard it since we weren't. Yes. So, in order to be able to ask your questions, so I'm sure that I get them here, accept the StreamYard posting, because that means it's posting to my little area here, and I can see all the questions. So, for the participants, please don't be shy, and do write whatever comes to mind, whatever question you have. There are no silly questions.
No.
I'm new to this, so I will have lots of questions, but I would love to
Nice.
hear what you want to know as well. Vicky will tell us a little bit about herself, and then she will tell us about energy intelligence. We'll get to try a little bit, and then she will tell us what you can do if you decide that this is something very interesting and you would like to do more of it. She will explain how that would work as well. So now we have three people. People are coming in, I guess.
Nice.
So again, please accept the StreamYard question. So you can post to StreamYard, meaning my little box here, and we will get going, I guess.
Yes, and yeah, that's a good idea. Please accept because I like to know your names. I like to be in contact. I cannot see you guys, but that doesn't matter because we are here in the same room, and that is the magic of energy. In the energy, this is felt. In the energy, you are present. That's also for the one who will watch this recording. They will feel the energy too. So that's nice to know.
Perfect. So, Vicky, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you end up presenting uh, energy intelligence to us tonight?
Yeah, that's a nice question. It began a long time ago, more than 40 years ago. I studied psychology, and at the same time, I did this. Psychology takes 6 years, and this training took 4 years. And I started about the same time. And um, the beautiful thing is that I was finished this training before I finished my psychology study. And and I also had my practice in giving healings and readings. And of course, I used psychology already in that, although I was not really finished. But I had this practice, and when it came to internship, I asked to permission to do that in my own practice, and that's a special situation. And I was allowed to under extra heavy duty guidance of the university. And I also had a lot of people with depression, and I was so amazed that they were cured in one time. And I wouldn't like to dare to say that give me any depressed person and I will heal. But I would dare to say that if I had thousands and thousands of people, and I did have thousands of people, but not all depressed. So I wrote my thesis about depression seen from classic psychology theory and from this energetic view. That's one thing. And with this whole thing, I gave hand and feet to this area because, yeah, this can also be quite woo-woo, you know. And I added something to psychology. I broadened that. And that is also what typical for me, you know, like, yeah, integrating extremes like sciences, psychology, and auras and chakras, which can be quite, yeah, can be woo. I have seen a lot of woo. And that's all my life. Also, I'm called Indo. I was born in Indonesia and brought up in Holland. So I have Asian blood in me, and I have Dutch blood in me, European blood, and also these two cultures. And there's always been the theme of my life. I'm also a religion schooler, so I studied interreligious spirituality, science, and the other one is I have done many trips in the spiritual world. Like I'm also an Inca shaman and many other alternative things I have studied. Also breath. I'm a breath worker, a breathwork biohacker, and that has already combined two things in it. So yeah, that is actually my passion to integrate things, and in my system I integrate a lot of things. And if you ask me what are you, I would say I'm a teacher and I'm a healer. I love to teach because, you know, it's magic. Because when you share knowledge, it multiplies. So different than with the money, you know. You can all share only so much money, but or so much sandwiches, but knowledge you can share and then it multiplies. And I'm a healer because I also love to have people to have a break, not work yourself. You know, people work so hard in this area on themselves with all kind of yeah, techniques, and just, you know, relax and I heal you, and you will feel how it feels to be all, yeah, present with all your energy and very relaxed and very energized. So yeah, so yeah, I could talk for hours, but yeah,
Excellent.
thank you.
Yeah. So, what what's the biggest difference? Because I do well. The base of my work, I have started incorporating heart-centered powers and
Mm,
spirituality, and
mm,
but I love this idea of combining science because there's proof. I do EFT tapping, and there's proof that these so-called woo-woo techniques work. But what is the biggest? What's unique about energy intelligence? What is the special thing about what you will be showing us and then talking to us about tonight?
yeah, what is the special thing? What do I like about? Well, I think I will come to talk about that. But you know what people don't always recognize is that it is so important that you are in your own energy, you know, and in these stressful times, you know, and well, it has been stress. You know, they affect you. I will talk about it more. It affects you, and the most important thing for me is how to protect yourself. You know, not letting energy in, not losing energy. I will talk about that. So the most important thing is, wow, that is my passion, is if everybody in the whole world would be on his own ground, in his own energy, not losing energy, not getting energy in, and then work on yourself, you know, then you can do everything. But what if your energy is scattered all around? What if you get constantly influenced because you're not protected enough? Then it's like, yeah, in Dutch as an expression, if I could translate it to English, mobbing with the water running. In Dutch is dweilen met de kraan open. But you know, it is so that is for me, it is basic. And also that you have this endless energy, and you have the capacity to heal. Of course, EFT is also so beautiful a system, and I think there are you know, links to it. I would like to talk with you extensively about the connection between those two systems. And anyway, I think they enhance each other. You know, if you do tapping, you do things with actually your channels. How do you call it? I forgot the name for it. The Chinese name, and there's also
The
energy. You know,
chakras? No.
No, not chakras.
No.
Those Chinese, those lines. How do you
Oh,
call it? It's
yes. Meridians.
meridians, exactly.
Meridians.
You do something with, and actually they're all connected. So,
Mm.
but the basic thing is, wow, be protected because you have this virus running around, and I won't go into that, but and it is contagious. But what is most contagious is fear. You know that this is the most contagious thing, and there's a lot of fear and stress around, and it's super contagious. And if you can protect you that from, then you have only to deal with your own stress, and your own fears, and then you can deal with that, and not other people's fears or not knowing which is yours and which is not yours. Does that a bit answer your question there?
Yes. And what I'm noticing also is that people that come to me, they they are like leaning into me, wanting to please me. So it's not just fears. I'm seeing that fears is kind of one chapter, but I see that people are wanting approval. They're wanting to be accepted, or they're wanting to be, yeah, well, approval. I think that's the ultimate issue here. Am I doing this right? Am I tapping right? Uh, uh, am I pleasing you so that in my healing? I mean, it's very turned
Wow.
around. They're coming to me for help, and yet they're asking me, am I doing a good job getting better? So it's very
Wow.
interesting how these energies go back and forth, and we're like checking each other out all the time. How do you see that?
Beautiful. Yeah, and that pleasing, that is a huge subject, people pleasing, and of course that's also actually based in fear and based in not having enough self-worth, and it's normal, it's not very strange. Somehow we are not raised being full of confident and real self-worth. I don't mean fake self-worth. So then you try to get it from someone else, and it is a survival strategy, and survival is always based in fear. So, oh my God, shall we at once make another appointment to do a session about pleasing and about fear? So,
Mm,
yeah, and that
right?
is
Yeah,
a,
big
a
subject.
huge energy exchange in that also, because then they want something from you, and this logical, but it is not, very empowering, so
Mm,
to get it that way. Yeah, and of
exactly.
course EFT has techniques also to deal with that. But I like that topic, and it is a special topic actually. Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
So tell us about uh, energy intelligence.
I
What
will.
is this? You know, what's the secret? Yeah? Tell us what
How it
what is
works.
important to know. We don't have all that much time because
Oh yeah, tell me how much
you
do
will
I have?
show us. Well, because we need some time for the practical part. But if you
Yes,
can just tell us what we will be uh, experiencing, what the possibilities is or
yes.
are, plural. Um,
I will first tell, because, well, I'm curious which of you guys who are listening live or in the recording, if you ever heard of auras, chakras, and energies. Chakras is very popular. You can find a lot of information about chakras. And the funny thing is, in the system that I teach, first you deal with the aura, and then the chakras is a specialization, and you zoom more into certain areas of life. So I will also therefore skip the chakras for now, not talking about them, because there's also a lot to talk about, but just energy. You know what I think it's important that you recognize what is happening. Things are happening, you feel it, but what is actually happening? So there are a couple of premises. So one, energy is everywhere. I could say even everything is energy, like E is mc square. You know, even matter is energy in a dense form. But we're not talking about that. Energy is everywhere. It's free. You can get it, and it is endless. And you can give it the qualities you have. It's everywhere. So, wow! If people would really know that, then they don't need to suck. You know, they don't need to be a vampire because it's just free. People don't know that. That's one. Good to know. Another thing, it is everywhere. You have earthly energy and just, you know, the energy of your surroundings, neutral, and you have the energy in the sky, heavenly energy. And you notice, because if you walk in the woods or the beach, it's totally different energy than in the city, in the stress. And you say, yeah, but I see people, and in the woods, I don't see many people, in the beach also. But if I would close your eyes and put earbuds in, then you would feel whether you are in the city or in on the beach. You would, and also no smelling. You just feel it. People are not aware. So what I'm going to talk, because of the time short, is what. Okay, so it's everywhere. It's free, but it goes to your system. And it is attracted by all the chakras, also the crown chakra, the feet chakra, all the chakras. You gather that energy from, let's say, from the surroundings, neutral energy, can be earthy, can be heavenly, and then it goes to your system, and then it becomes your personal energy. So the second thing is, everyone has his personal energy once it is inside of you, and then it goes also outside, and it's actually just the same as with food. You know, I can have a sandwich and you can have a bite and I can have a bite, I can share it. But once I ate it, it becomes my liver and my heart and my veins and my skin. And that you cannot exchange as you do with a sandwich. You know, this is exactly. Yeah, see what happens if you get a liver transplant. A lot of things are happening because your body doesn't accept it. And I tell a little bit of theory now. I did before I gave an example. So I give an example. Suppose you are feeling energized and good and well. You've tapped, you know, you feel like yeah, I can take on the world. And you're going to meet a friend, maybe at your home, his home, at the bar. And that friend is, for this example, preferably um, depressed and sitting and complaining, and you want to help and you want to please, maybe, but help. Yes, do this and do that, and you could do this, and you talk with him the whole evening, and then at the end of the evening, your friend feels like this: "Oh my God, thank you so much. I feel so much better." And you, okay, you're welcome, but you didn't notice, but you go home and you feel totally depleted, totally empty, totally. Oh my God, I'm empty actually. I think you recognize looking at your face. And you go to bed exhausted, and the next morning you're all right. Now, what has happened? He has literally sucked the energy out of you. Not on purpose, he doesn't know, but he does know that he can do it for free everywhere, and he sucks it out of you. And the thing is, that feels good for that moment, but it is your energy, so it will leave him, and it will come back. It takes a whole night of sleep to come back, but next week or 2 weeks later, you see him again, and same thing is happening. And you try to avoid such a person. They're called energy vampires, and everybody knows such a person. Almost everybody. That's one thing that can happen. The other thing that can happen is that someone wants to convince you, take that vaccine or don't take that vaccine, convince you, or want you to do something or not for him. And then the energy of the other comes into your system. And if you have that all day in work and people complaining at your office or wanting things, and you go home, then you feel like like irritated. You know, you go home and you come home and you see your significant other, and he or she irritates the heck out of you, totally innocent. And you get into a fight because you're irritated. And when you fight, you throw all the energy out, actually. So that is a way to do that. And then you might feel relieved of that energy, but you have another problem, a fight with your spouse. So, okay, that's also what can happen. And the third thing that can happen is both things at the same time. Let's have a heavy duty conversation over vaccination or politics or something. And then people are trying to influence you and you're trying to influence people and people are sucking. And then you go home, such an evening, totally confused. You don't know, like, who am I actually? What was my standpoint actually? That is also what can happen. And those things happen a lot more than you think. And if you train in this, you can be, it's happening now. I will do something to prevent it. So are the bad things that can happen. But what we like is you are. We're talking about aura. Aura is that energy field around you. It is your protective field. Actually, there are 3 layers, but we keep it simple. What also can happen is that there's no energy exchanged. And the energy can have a high vibration and a low vibration. Not good, not bad. High is mostly more pleasant and low is more earthy, but both are good. And it can happen that you are with friends and someone has a high and the other one has a low vibration, and they tend to how do you call that? Yeah, to match. So maybe you get some lower and the other get what high, and it's perfect, no problem. It can also be that you are very strong, and then the other get lifted and feels lifted up. It can also that you need some earth and you, this is you, and you go a little bit down. All good things, no problem. Energies want to match. It is often so that people with a high energy, you like to be with them because you feel lifted. That is maybe some people. And then the last thing is, now 2 things. In a marriage, there are also these 2 auras, but together they form 1 aura, the marriage aura, the couple aura. That's also. And with groups. Also, groups tend to match their energy, and that can be a good thing, like singing in church or in a choir or having a party, all the same energy. Or it can be a bad thing if a mob in a stadium or something happens and everybody gets aggressive. I have examples, but time-wise, I will leave them. Then suddenly you are in this aggressive field and you are aggressive too, while you were not that in the first place. So that is what can happen with energies. This is an important thing. Yeah.
So how can you regulate this? How can
Yeah.
you, because we were saying that this would be a workshop so you can protect yourself for the holidays. But can you, I mean, we were thinking, well, I was thinking that it would be about protecting oneself, when you go out into the world now and it's all
Exactly.
crazy. But can you decide what you're going to emit? Because you don't want to be an energy thief. No one wants to be an energy thief.
No.
So can you do both?
Yes, sure. And of course, this is a workshop or a webinar, and we are talking about an offer that comes. Because what can you do with this? This is a good question. I will, if I forget to answer your question specifically, I will let me know. What can you do with all this knowledge? Because it's a huge knowledge. It comes from ancient India, actually. So it's ages old, and it's been with have gone. Yeah, okay. I've done a lot with it, by which it's also very, 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 very practical. That's the beautiful thing. What can you do? If you master this system and this whole system, you can manage your own energy. You can see to it that you are grounded, standing on your own ground, be present. You can see to it that people don't suck energy out from you. You can protect yourself. And you can see that you don't suck energy from other people, because you will be able, and that will be in the retreat, to fill yourself up with beautiful energy, with beautiful qualities like love, light, acceptance, and whatever you need. You learn how to tap into that infinite energy and fill yourself with it. This and then you can also go into the a lot of old stuff that you can maybe I don't know, a lot of old stuff you can clean. You can clean so much, because it's all in the energy actually, and all in the chakras. There's also areas of life which you can purify. The earthy thing, the emotional, sexual thing, your willpower, your heart, your love, your talking, your practical intuition, your clairvoyance, all areas which you can really, really heal. So that is called self-healing. The second thing you can do, you can learn how to heal others. So if you have that tendency to do, you can learn to heal others. And the third thing you can do is learn to read auras and chakras, because you can also learn to see energies, and then you can give a psychic reading in which you tell someone, hey, you're at this moment, you're here in your life. I see these challenges, I see these beautiful things, and that can be developed, that you might lose. So that is what you can do. And certainly, to answer your question specifically for the holiday, you can learn to, yeah, you can go, but that is after after the offer. After I will offer a retreat at the end of this session. That is a 4-day retreat, and there you really learn how to actually be grounded, how to actually feel yourself, how to actually discover if someone is influencing you, how to actually send that energy back, and how to pull your own energy back from people, places, spaces. You can also learn, that is not in the first lesson module, to clean spaces. Do you know that you come into a space, a room, and then, oh my god, it doesn't feel good. Maybe there was a fight or something, and maybe you work. If I work in a place, I always clean the room energetically. It can also be done with how do you call that, that thing you light and then incense, but I do it energetically, and I fill it up with energy people can use. So, like playful energy, like free energy, that they feel welcome. So, did this answer your question?
Yes. And of course, well, time just flies.
Yeah.
Before we start the practical testing of this,
Mhm.
in EFT, there's like activity. You tap on the acupuncture points, and there's like a protocol. In psychology, in cognitive behavioral therapy, you have these protocols, and you have these like questions, and you're trying to evoke something. So what's the technique with energies? Like, how do you catch them? How do you control them?
Yeah, it works with visualization. That is the main thing. So actually, it's very relaxing. Also, you sit with your eyes closed, not when you are in front of someone, but if you do the work on your own, with the EFT, you tap, with the energetic intelligence, you sit, and yeah, the breathing can support it. I have put the breathing in it, and you visualize things, and that is so. It sounds so. Oh yeah, but that really, really works. You visualize, yeah, the techniques, so to speak. Yeah, so this is the main thing, and I combine it also with physical things like grounding. You can visualize grounding, but you can also have a grounding posture, and I like to integrate that so that you really feel it in your body. And if you do self healing, you might, you like do this, but there's a combination of that and mainly visualization. That's also a nice thing, because if you're somewhere and someone is doing things you don't like, they don't see, you just visualize things. So shall I then now give you, but there are lots of ways and profound ways to protect yourself, but shall I do teach you, and it's so simple, it's too simple for words, a visualization to protect you from being sucked, and from sucked, yes, or that energy comes in. And you won't believe that it is this simple, but many people, oh my God, it works. Shall I teach you
So
that?
yes, absolutely. So basically, it's about imagining, dreaming, having like a vision. So pretending is kind of the way to do this. Would you say that? Like because when you think of something, you kind of see it. You pretend how you want it. Is that what we will be?
Yeah, I wouldn't use the word pretend, because it is just a channel by which you can also feel it. I'm minding the time. You can also, because what can you do? You can see things, you can hear things, you can smell things, you can tangibly feel things. So, and we use much visualization, but that is just also how the most of the minds work. If I say pussycat, then very quickly your mind has an image of a pussycat or something. If I say car, there is a car in your mind. That is also how the mind works. So it is just a way of how do you call it? Observing, of getting knowledge, and
Okay.
you can also feel things. If you
So create pictures. So
yes,
create. Okay.
yes,
Good. So yeah, let's do this. Let's try. And then at the end we'll have Q&A if people have
yeah. Q&A is
questions.
also super
Yes.
important. Yeah.
Yes.
So suppose you sit, someone is, I don't know the English words. You are there, I'm here. The other one is opposite to you. You say that in English?
Yes.
I know
In front of you,
in
maybe?
front of you, that's the word. Yeah. So someone sits in front of you, and you really, really, if you have clients, do this, because I also like this for people who work with people. For everyone is good, but people who work with people get a lot of disconnection, these connections. So you could visualize between you and the other person a rose. It is too simple. A rose, and it can be any color. And why? A rose is a symbol of love and respect. It says, okay, I'm love, you're love, all love, but this is my energy and this is your energy. And I respect your boundaries and your energy, and you respect mine. And you stay there, I stay here. We do a lot with a rose. And you know that it also works on the screen, can also, how do you call it? Distance, physical distance doesn't matter, it is in the energy. I know, I had my mother, God bless her soul, and in certain circumstances, I put a little rose, in front of my ear, so that there is no energy exchange. So, because that works. So, and you could try it now, I would say,
Do you need to close
no.
your eyes?
Yeah, but I have
Is it, as a beginner, is it easier to close the eyes to do this?
yeah,
Or
but before you do that, watch me
yes?
visualizing it.
Okay.
Yeah, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me. Wow, isn't that a strong visualization?
Very
I'm
nice.
good, aren't I?
Very, very good
Uh,
at
so there
visualizing.
you have
Yes.
a rose. You can look at it, and now close your eyes if you want, and visualize that for yourself, the rose. And it can be any color, and I say visualize, and some people are more visual, how do you call, yeah, more visual than others. You can visualize it. You can, for my part, hear it, smell it, yeah, touch it, and say it to yourself. Okay, this is a rose, and the rose is a symbol of love and respect, and it says, okay, this is my energy, this is my area, this is my aura, and that is yours, and we respect each other's space. Yeah, take a deep breath, because we tend also not to breathe, and I've been talking also. So
I'm
maybe out.
sorry. Are we supposed to like see someone opposite us, or
You could. That's nice, but you could also put the screen. Oh yeah, there's Vicky, there's Joanna, and put it so. And you could put it at arm's length because your aura is like a half a meter around you. But I would love you to you guys to when you leave this session to immediately do it if you talk to someone as a habit. Okay, and now while you're still with your eyes closed, you can also visualize, and this is when you enter an area, maybe your office, maybe a mall. You put a whole circle of roses around you, and like at arm's length, and on the rim of your aura. I didn't even explain what the aura is. That's the energy field around you. I presume everyone knows, but a nice ring of roses, and it will protect you. There are other means to protect, but it will protect you from energy coming in and energy going out. Okay, take a deep breath in. Hold it for a second and let it go. Oh, do again because you have been listening so much. Take a deep breath in. Hold it and then go with a sigh of relief. Now, if you, in your own time, open your eyes. How does it feel, Joanna?
Yes, it made everything more pleasant.
Isn't it?
And it took just a couple of seconds.
Yes.
And it became more fun, it became more colorful, it became more just pleasant, really.
Yeah. Isn't
I
that
didn't,
beautiful?
yes, because I didn't have any sort of like negativity. I didn't practice on like a negative thing, but just in a few seconds, everything, I just wanted to smile a little bit.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much for this feedback. It is so much fun. It is so simple. Can it be that simple? Yes, it can be that simple. And indeed, you don't have. It is a good. How do you call it? Habit. Okay, I'm going into a session. Rose. Just that. Oh, going into mall. Circle of roses. That is and yeah, I have really people who have only done this workshop, and it makes such a big difference. I do it every time, and it's fun. It is not, oh my God, I have to do extra. No, visualize a rose, Yeah.
So what else can you choose something pleasant instead of a rose if you prefer hearts or if you prefer,
Absolutely.
gardenia or.
Well, what is for you a symbol of love and respect? Because that's it. And it can be a cross, If I do healings, I also protect all the chakras and I do a cross, But it can also be a rose or a tulip, a Dutch thing, tulips, or maybe a Christmas tree, a Christmas branch. As long as that's the beauty. It's a symbol of you, and you can visualize it and you can feel it.
So I only tried on something neutral, but what if you are in a bad kind of an environment? What would that be? Well, I mean, the Christmas season, you go in and it's really hot in the store and there's tons of people everywhere and you really, you start getting sick to your stomach. Is it enough with one rose? Is it enough with one, circle? Or can you or should you add a stronger protection?
Yes. So a circle of roses, and really a circle does miracles. Maybe you do two circles or something. But in the retreat, you learn to create a very thick. Your aura is an egg. I say to Jules, I say it's an egg. You learn to create a very thick eggshell, and that is a heavy duty protection. Yeah, see that you can come in, Yeah.
So
And
that is
grounded.
something else. That is not something that's not a symbol. That's actually
That is
like
actually exactly. That's a good question because the rose is a symbol and it works, but the eggshell, you could, you can feel auras, with your hand. Time, my God. And if you could feel such a thick shell, you could feel, oh my God, this is a very thick shell. Yeah. So that is not a visualize. It is a visualization, but it is actually there. Like energy, you can say, "Oh yeah, I can visualize energy between my hands," but you can also feel it. Feel it, tangible. I, I could do it that you feel a little bit, but I'm minding the time too.
Well, if you they say what
Okay,
there's the exercise where you rub your hands, right, and then you feel it. Why do you need to rub your hands?
to open your chakras, and you don't
Ah.
need to. It is, okay, everybody join me very shortly because it's ultra short. You do it like this, okay? And you do like 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter, you do it. And now you turn your hands, and this is super quick. And now you massage like from here to your pinky, yes, from here to your ring finger. And it doesn't matter, it is not a specific massage technique. It's all about the attention. Other hand.
You
Oh my
start
God.
with the pinky.
Yeah, and I always start with the pinky, but you don't need to. If you want to start with your thumb, you start with your thumb. You start with your thumb. You put your hands together and you do like this. And now you do it, and then you can do much more. But now, hold your arm like this, and slowly, slowly, very subtle, bring them together. And what you might notice, even if it is very quick, is there's something happening there. You can feel the energy of your own hand chakras, and the way I feel it is always pressure, like, oh my God, like two magnets at the same pole. I cannot, it's such effort to put them together. And when I pull them apart, there's also effort. And that's, of course, very much enhanced, how do you call it? Making bigger. It is very, very subtle, but oh my God, if I do it a little while longer, oh my God, I I cannot put my hands together. Of course, you can bang, but if you're subtle, you think, oh my God, there's so much energy between. Can you feel that?
Yeah, it makes it kind of there's some sort of resistance.
Exactly. Like two magnets with the same pole, there is resistance. Or it can be tingling, or it can be hot, or it can be cold, but something is happening there. And this is so nice. If you tried it, if use it to feel gemstones or to feel animals or to feel trees or plants because you can. And this is so nice. And with other people feeling, I always be careful that you don't exchange. I mostly do that after lesson, after the first module. But yeah, so this is a different thing. Not a quite
Interesting.
different.
Do you have to is it easier for certain people to do this than others, or can everyone learn this? Because there's such thing as the highly sensitive personality, or do they have? Is it easier for them to work with energies?
I think they will be super happy to work with energy because they're high sensitive. So they are properly very open. The chakras can be open. So much things can happen. I think they will be super happy to finally have a protection. Uh, uh, yeah, to feel protected to be protected by the energy by working with energy. And actually, I think that everybody is born kind of psychic, you know and a little baby, it feels, oh no, not kind of, just feels how it is with the surrounding, and probably can also still see energies. But yeah, if then auntie Pita comes and the energy doesn't match, and the baby cries, or the infant, and yeah, give her a kiss because there's auntie Pita. Yeah, you mess up your intuition, actually. Yeah, but I think, yeah, some will be drawn to this system and some not. So that's and if you like it, probably you're very how do you call it, fit for it. Yeah.
Mm. So we've had two exercises: the
Yes.
rose which
Yeah.
I just instantly felt that everything became more doable, more happy. Then we have the eggshell. You can thicken the eggshell. What's one last thing that you can use to protect yourself in these crazy times that are coming up?
Yeah, follow the retreat of join the retreat, of course. But what can you do? Well, this is quite something. Let me see. Energetically, well, it doesn't mean have to be energetically, but roses and a thick eggshell and grounded, eh? Because
All
that is very
right.
important. Be grounded, because otherwise, you can have the shell, but it's floaty, or you have the dancing roses. So ground yourself, and there are many ways to ground, and this system has a special way to ground, uh, by which you can use also your grounding cord, so to speak, for many other things too. But ground yourself, and that can also be just walk barefoot. I always walk barefoot, at least 10 minutes a day, in the woods, in the Dutch woods. Dutch is such a tiny country, unlike Sweden. Yeah,
So that's the same principle. You visualize somehow that you
yes.
are getting heavier or that you're being drawn or
Well, you visualize the connection to Mother Earth, so
aha.
like a grounding cord, more like that. Also, I like you do a grounding stance, and then you will feel. That's the thing, the other way around. Oh my God, I feel heavier. I feel grounded. Yeah,
Mm, excellent.
yeah.
So, whoops,
Ah,
it's 6 o'clock local
exactly.
time.
Yeah.
But let's quickly just go over this offer that you have.
Oh,
If someone's interested and they want to practice this and get really good, let's show them. Well, you can start talking and I'll present it
yeah.
on the screen here.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's a good thing. So I will be given. When will it be? I don't have it here, but that's on the screen. I will give a retreat and between things, and then treat, because it is a treat. Yes, of 4 days, and it will be nicely before Christmas. Well, so 4 days in a row, 1.5, 2 hours per session, and it's a nice time. I think from 4 to 5:30, or maybe to 6. And it will be on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the beautiful thing is, you know those retreats. I don't know if you know, but in lots of retreats, you go into a retreat in a nice place, on the beach or in the woods, and you are 5 days or 4 days away, and it's super, and you are with the whole group, and you have this energy, and that is wonderful. But what also happens, you come back to life, to normal life, and oh my God, and you feel totally estranged because you have not integrated this in normal life, and people have really problems integrating. So this is a special retreat. You are not the whole day, luckily not, but for 1.5, 2 hours a day, you learn, and it builds up. First exercise, second day, first and second exercise, third day, first, second, and third exercise, etc. And with that exercise, you go into your life, you go into your family, you go out, and you practice. And then the next day, and of course, also if you want to know that on that moment, contact me, and you tell what has happened, and did it work, and if you have questions, and how can you do that, how can you be better. And that is, so it is integrating, and okay, you have to, you practice and go into the world and meet people, you and practice. So that is what we're going to do. So 4 live online sessions. I will record it, and you can have it until the end of the year, so you can also, enjoy the recordings again. I might also, people find it nice. You have the vision, the yeah, the recordings. I could also make a recording uh, only for the ears. you know, I, I lost words.
Yeah, an audio recording.
Audio. What's happening with me? An audio recording. I'm
Or you
excited.
have so many languages you have to keep track of.
Yeah, that's true. Now, I like to do a live Q&A follow-up call because you will be prepared so good for Christmas, and I like we will see when we do that, maybe after Christmas. Okay, how did it go? Just for fun. And now, membership of a private Facebook support group in which you can also ask questions. I'm thinking maybe also a Telegram group, then you can approach me directly. And the homework is, of course, applying and integrating your exercise in everyday life. And I think it doesn't stand here if there is time enough, I will do chant the medicine Buddha mantra. It's an extremely healing mantra, so you can also be healed after a session, experience healing in a way. Yeah.
Wonderful. So you will there will be live sessions with you where you practice kind of like this, but a lot more and like
Yeah, that's practice. Yeah,
yes.
and exchange. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because it's very you practice and people tell. What? How did it go? So and you hear from another because you have to hear. Oh, there's also oh, that's also. So it's very much also in. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, you could say at the same time a group coaching, because I really want to have you integrated in all your functioning layers, in your energy, in your body, in your thinking, in your feeling. Yeah.
And this will be a perfect timing because this will be in the middle, or like the hottest busiest time, December 13, 14, 15 and 16. That's like the super intense period of what's coming up. I mean, it's beautiful on one side, but then this side that isn't so beautiful about the holidays, you will help people practice during those days in their
Exactly.
actual lives.
Exactly. And then you can come back. Oh my God, I was in the mall. I was lost. I don't know. Or I did it. It's such a big difference. And really, really, and then you can go into the Christmas so relaxed. That is yeah. Questions. Oh, good. Ask questions in
Yes.
the chat.
So we don't have any questions.
Oh,
So either it's perfectly clear or people are really
everybody has.
shy.
Yeah.
But there's no worry. Everyone that is in this Facebook group, the Blissy Joy Heart Powered Success, and they keep in touch with us, they
Yeah.
will get a €50 discount. So if they want to know more, if you want to know more, and if you're watching this, the recording, then please send me
Yeah.
a PM of some sort, or reach out to Vicky in the group, in the Facebook group. Again, Blissy Joy Heart Powered Success. And we will let you know more details, and so you can really dive into this. Let's see here. I have joined the first 2 energetic intelligence courses. And what does it say? She learned about how to ground herself and call back the energy back to me. So that's a really nice thing to do, that you can walk around in this busy time, or, well, obviously you can use this for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
but you will be not bothered, basically. Is that
Exactly.
correct?
Exactly correct. You can just relax, relax, not bothered, and okay, well, whatever. I'm here in my beautiful protected egg aura. Yeah.
And what else are people saying? What's your biggest, we have to wrap up, but what is your biggest, what's impressed you the most? Like that, what's your biggest aha that this can do? Do you understand my question?
Maybe or what I have from people. For me, or for what I heard from people?
No, for you.
For
What
me, oh my
because
God,
sometimes you are teaching people and you're seeing people change. What has been
exactly.
your biggest wow?
Actually, my biggest wow was when I I learned to feel energies. I was frantically, feeling everything, and and yeah, that was actually a heel student like this. Oh my God, it is real, 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 real. And the funny thing is, I am born clairvoyant, so it runs in my family. But not to be afraid. I really feel touched. Not to be afraid of other energies or entities or whatever, because I know how to protect myself. That is for me. Yeah, I'm surprised that
Mm,
it touches me, because
okay.
it was brought also with a lot of fear. Yeah.
Mm. Here I'm reading from Maria, and she says, the biggest learn was that I can call my energy back, which someone else said, and that I can return any energy that is not mine. So
Yes.
you can get
If
rid of the energy thieves.
yes. No, from the energy invaders
Mm-hmm.
and energy thieves also, of course.
Mm.
Nice to look at it.
Let's see. I was looking for something, but I don't see it. Oh, I see, because this is a video. So we actually have 2 questions. Let's
Oh, questions!
see.
I love questions.
Yes.
Yeah, I cannot
Two.
see it.
Well, actually, both of them are saying the same thing. What does it cost?
Oh yeah, that's also in there.
So let's see. What does it cost? There we
So
go.
what you see there, yeah, the specialties is the same. Oh yeah, you need to know that. I have a whole, how do you call it? Yeah, academy. And the first course is self-healing, the second is healing, and the third is psychic reading. And the healing course has several modules, and this is the same content as module one of the Be Well Academy. So maybe you join and maybe say, okay, I'm totally happy. You never see me again, but maybe you want to develop further, and there is a whole trajectory to follow. And then you already have the first module in your pocket. The magic of energy, or can you learn become our chakra healer and a psychic reader. And all prices are excluding VAT. And this is the normal price, 375 for a module. It is, I think, 5 modules, the first one. But we have this discount, the Black Friday discount of 50 euro. So if you see this amount, so for you it will be 325. So yeah,
Yes,
that's
so
the price.
50 euro cheaper.
Yes.
We have another question. Where do I find more information about the course? So I will, or you can do that. You can, because there's something you needed to change maybe in the link. So Vicky, if you can put in the link in the Facebook group.
Oh, in the Facebook group. Yeah,
Yeah.
this I will put a link to information to the in the Facebook. Then you can see it. And I was in a webinar, and there they say, yeah, you get this discount, but you have you have 50 minutes. Oh, you have 13. You have 10 minutes. You have 5 minutes, or and now you have to do and or tomorrow. I don't like that. Please, take your time. If it is something for you, take your time, feel it, and if you want it, yeah, please let me know immediately. But just take your time. But I would like it really to be. Yeah, I think in a week you could make a decision.
So
Because
the deadline is
let's do a deadline.
because you do need to know if people are interested and how many
Exactly.
and so
I
on.
do.
So a week is a
I
good
think.
enough time to.
I think. Yeah. Then you can really think, and you can ask, and you can contact me, and you can feel. So a week. And where are we then in a week? Let me see. Am I 29? So 7:31. Oh, before
So
the
the
end of
end
this
of
month.
the month. Yeah, the end
Yeah.
of the month. Nice
So
and
decide
even.
in November. Yeah. That's nice.
Perfect.
Do I
Okay.
have to put it also on my thing? I don't know. We have said it, or I
Yes.
put it somewhere.
Yeah, but I think we definitely need to put it in our group.
I think
But
so too.
we do need to end. So before we do, I always have like something else. Uh, some last important thing that you want to leave us with. What would that
Me?
be?
Oh my
Yes.
God!
What's
Oh,
like
okay.
one last piece of like something really important you want to share that people can take and start using, and so they can start feeling better? What would that be?
Wow. Okay. The most important thing in life is not necessarily this, is love. So people, without seeing you, I love you. Know that you are love. And in this, say the word love. Does a picture come up? Feel. If you say love, do you feel that somewhere in your body? Is it your heart or is it in your belly? Feel love. Say love. And feel how that feels. Maybe it's even a picture. And maybe you see, if you have visualization, maybe you see a heart. Maybe you see a flower. Maybe you just feel it. But feel the love. And okay, we are going to breathe in love. That's we're going to. Okay, there we go. So, and the exhale, inhale, feel the love coming in. On the exhale, spread the love throughout your body. Inhale, love. Exhale, let the love spread to every cell of your body. Ah. Two more times. Inhale. Inhale, love. Exhale to every part of your body. Last time. Inhale. Love. Exhale. Send it to every part of your body.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you
breath
for
is
that.
also a strong thing. Yeah, so
Thank you for
simple,
that.
you know.
It is
Yeah.
so simple. And the reason that I wanted to share what you offer, and, because you're an expert at this, is because several years ago, I started testing this. And I've practiced, and that's what you help people do. I've practiced um, feeling this love, and it's amazing what a difference it makes. It makes my day, like, from like it's such a huge difference. It's kind of from night to day, and I don't even have to have like a bad day, but even if it's kind of neutral, and most people unfortunately are satisfied with neutral, but you can have such an amazing life just by doing this. And it does seem too simple. It does seem like, can it really work? But yes, thank you for this reminder. It can be this simple if you practice, if you believe in it, if you let yourself start believing in this. So thank you
Exactly.
so much, Vicky. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was such a pleasant, such a joy being here with you. And I suddenly realized that, yeah, love, bliss, joy, love, it's actually what connects us. Yeah.
Yeah,
So thank
very
you.
true. Very true. So let's see if there are any last questions.
Mhm.
No, that's it. So again, you can ask more questions in the group, and let's stay in touch. Um, and Kim says, thank you so much. And thank you, Kim, and everyone else that watches this. And if you watch later the recording, uh, use this. This really works. So thank you, Vicky.
Yeah.
I'm going to end here.
Yeah.
And if you stay on, then we can chat a little more. But
Yeah.
everyone else, all the best to
Thank
you,
you.
and
Thank you,
lots of
everyone, for
hearts.
yeah.
And until next time.
Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye, sweeties.